Hi, I'm Fiona Keary from Style Liberation and creator of Facebook group 35 Plus Where to Shop. We help women 35 plus to create a wardrobe full of outfits that they absolutely love without necessarily having to start from scratch and to look and feel fabulous in what they wear. We help women do that through our face-to-face consulting, our colors, body shape, wardrobe, and also shopping services, our online program, The Style Transformation, and also through our membership Super Stylers. So, today we're having a look at why size doesn't matter because we know from working with over thousands of women and also hearing it in our Facebook community that often when people feel uncomfortable about expanding their wardrobe or trying new things, they think it is about their size. And what I want to let you know is that it's not. When we talk about size, this is often the face that we see. And the reason we see this face is because each of us are extremely, extremely hard on ourselves. And what we very much feel as Style Liberation is that we need to celebrate our bodies. Our bodies are a vehicle for us to achieve so many things in our life. And when we start celebrating it and feeling at home and at ease in our body and wearing things that make us feel really good, it takes away one of those barriers to achieving what we really want to achieve. It's one less thing that we need to think about or worry about or have subconsciously in the back of our mind. What I really want to say about this, in terms of it not being about size at all, is that what we're looking to achieve when we dress and put together a really great outfit is balance and proportion, because that's actually what is visually pleasing to the eye. It is not about size. It's creating balance and proportion with the clothes that we put on our bodies. And I'm going to show you those three shapes that you want to create with your body and the clothes that you put on very soon. But first, I do want to address the whole sizing thing. The reason I want to address this is there is no standard sizing. You could literally be a 14 to a 16 in one store and an 8 to 10 in another. It is so arbitrary how they come up with the different sizing. And the amount of women I've worked with who go into a change room and look at the size and then feel bad about themselves, don't look at the label. What you want to look at is the fit and how it feels on your body, and if you feel really great and comfortable in it. It is an arbitrary number and that consistently changes, not only within stores. Like you could try on an 8 in two different garments in the same store and there'll be different sizes or fits on you. And again, across different brands and things like that. So, for example, I know some brands, their sizing, you'll have to size down, and for other brands, you'll need to size up. So, please don't get fixated on the number. It's not about the number, it's very much about the fit of it and the shape that it's going to create for you. So, the first shape that you may want to create with your body and the clothes that you actually put on it, let me just show you that here, is what we call the hourglass shape. So most of you will be pretty familiar with creating this shape. It's very common when you put on a dress, it will have some hourglass shaping. So it's very much where the top half of the body looks the same as the bottom half of the body. And we're not talking about super cinching at the waist. What we're talking about is creating that shaping at the waist so it looks like the top and the bottom half are even, and we've just got some definition around the waist. Now, you've probably heard or maybe heard about style personality before. So not every style personality will want to create this shape with their body and the clothes that they put on it. The ones that enjoy creating this shape the most are probably your feminine, your sultries and your elegance, sometimes your classics and creatives, and also sometimes your dramatic. But your rebellious and relaxed natural, they're not that fussed whether or not they create an hourglass shape or not. So it's just about having that shaping or cinching around the waist or at the raised waist. And it's a very feminine shape, feminine or sultry shape to create. The second shape that you might want to create with your body and the clothes that you put on it is what we call the inverted triangle shape. And I really feel like this shape came into the fore in the 80s, especially with the shoulder pads and blazers and big, like puffy taffeta sleeves. I feel like this really came into the fore. Now, this has been a shape that men have been creating with suiting for many, many years because it's seen as really athletic, it's seen as really assertive and powerful. So I'm really glad that we're really embracing it. But you can see from the example here, it doesn't have to be all about shoulder pads, it doesn't have to be about exaggerated sleeves. What we're aiming to do is to make the top half appear wider than the bottom half. So I do love this example here where we've got a little bit more of that draped waterfall jacket over some skinny jeans and some flats here to create that. So in terms of style personalities, the style personalities that love creating this one the most would probably be your relaxed natural, your rebellious, your dramatic, your creatives. Classics and elegance will do it as well. And of course, your feminines and your sultries will do it, but they'll often prefer to go straight to an hourglass shape rather than creating this inverted triangle shape. Now, the third shape you might want to create with your body and the clothes that you put on it is the rectangle shape. Now, the other two shapes can be created by all body shapes. The hourglass and the inverted triangle shape can be created by all body shapes. The rectangle shape can also be created by all body shapes, but it doesn't necessarily suit all body shapes. So the rectangle is best for someone who is a rectangle body shape. So someone who is proportion between their bust, shoulder line, and hips. So it's sort of like a straight line. Now, a rectangle does have a waist. A lot of rectangles will say to me that they don't, but they absolutely do. It's often that the waist is raised, but they can get away without necessarily having to create a lot of definition around their waist. Because they've already got that straight up and down shape, they can create this beautiful column you can see in this shift dress. But even though this is a shift dress, you'll notice that it just tapers in a little bit under the bust area, so it does give a little bit of shaping through there. So the rectangle shape is great for anyone who is relaxed, natural, rebellious, dramatic, creative. Sometimes your classics will do it. Elegance, every now and again. It depends if they've got maybe a rebellious or a dramatic vibe going on as well. However, your sultries and your feminines will probably avoid going for this, even if they are a rectangle shape as well, because for them, style personality wise, this doesn't feel so right for them. So they're the three shapes that you want to create with your body and the clothes that you put on. And it is really quite a powerful thing to realize that it's not about size and it's about creating different shapes with your body and the clothes that you put on it. And this is Liesel, one of our gorgeous super stylers and style transformers. And once she learnt these tricks about creating different shapes, depending on the garments and things that she was wearing, it opened up so many more options for her because we often get stuck wearing the same sort of combinations and cuts because we can't see how it will work for us or we've had a bad experience with a particular style of garment before. But when you learn the tricks and you learn to look at yourself from the top to the bottom, rather than looking at individual parts of our bodies, you start to see how when you create maybe width up the top half of our body, we're not focusing so much on the bottom half or vice versa through there. So, what action do we want you to take? What we would love you to do is just to notice. So, over the next week, as you put together outfits and outfits that you feel really great in, I just want you to take a look at yourself in a full length mirror and go, okay, what shape have I created with my body and the clothes that I've put on it? And is it a rectangle, a hourglass, or an inverted triangle shape? And when you take a look at that, how it makes you feel, and start noticing, is it because I've added width at the top half of the bottom? Is the sleeve cut on an angle? What is it that's creating width in different areas, and where am I cinching in? Because once you start noticing, everything else, like you can learn all the little details about the cuff collars, all of that, necklines. But when you start noticing the overall shape you're creating with your body and the clothes that you put on it, it starts to become clearer why some things work really well and other things don't work so well. So please stay tuned here at Style Liberation because we do share lots and tips and tricks about how to create width, how to narrow things, how to create length so that you can create outfits that you absolutely love. Thanks so much and take care. Bye.